Hello, everyone, and welcome to GlossaLearn. My name is Craig Meister. I, together with Erica Wad, will be presenting GlossaLearn, our final project for the semester. So what is GlossaLearn and what are we trying to accomplish? Well, we are trying to create resources for students of less commonly taught languages and helping them in two main areas. Number one, in their vocabulary development. So we're going to use text-based vocabulary databases to help them see the connections between words, both in derivational families and also in semantic families, so that they can build the context of where this vocabulary is coming from and how they can use it. This is informed by the cognitive sciences in our project by creating radio visualizations, which we'll see those cool visualizations in a second. We also want to help students with coaching on their pronunciation, supporting them and giving them very specific feedback on how their pronunciation is on given vocabulary words. And this is both inline vocabulary support as well as larger tasks that we have given them. We also want to create a roadmap for the integration with other tools. We're not trying to be a standalone tool for just one language. We're actually trying to forge a path and show what is possible when we think about creating tools like GlossaLearn and integrating it with other options that exist out there as supporting students. And so what are radio visualizations? We mentioned this before. A radio visualization is a connected way of looking at vocabulary. So rather than just looking at a vocabulary word, like here on the screen, you see the word pheno, which is the Greek verb to seem or to bring to light something. There are many words that are derived from the word pheno. You can see words here like to show beside or to uncover, profeno, to bring to light something. It's a really amazing way to see all of the connected words in a language like ancient Greek that GlossaLearn currently is built off of. And you can see that there are tons of connections, so many that we've gotten a lot of feedback from users that it's kind of a rabbit hole sometimes of being able to see these connections between words. But the idea of a radio visualization is not creating one-off visualizations, but using the power of corpus linguistics to be able to show those connections in a systematic way within text and across text. So what this looks like is being able to select text from the Open Greek and Latin project and seeing entire lists of vocabulary that are included in that work. They can also search for that word just one-off without having to select a work, but then being able to see those radio visualizations that stem from that word itself. So it's not just about learning one word, it's about seeing the connection of words across a work or given works. We also are providing lots of morphological and syntactical feedback, so the many different forms a word can show up in Greek. We're not trying to teach them all the forms, but we're saying here are the ones that actually show up, but we're going to show you the roots of the words first and how to make those connections later with the vocabulary and the morphological forms. So why are we doing this? Well, number one, we know that these types of visualizations help actually declutter for some students. Rather than thinking about lists of things, they're actually starting to see connections. It also supports the historical and comparative vocabulary tools that often exist within classrooms, but are kind of one-off tools sometimes created by teachers. And also, as you're getting ready to see in a second, the pronunciation of these less commonly taught languages. We're not just trying to relegate that to a classroom or using non-curated tools like Google Translate or Siri. We want to actually give them really specific feedback and also make this multimodal. And so we'll see a little bit about how this works right now. So I want to turn this over to the pronunciation side of things and ask, well, how can you give students feedback on pronunciation? Well, this is where once you have selected a word in GlossaLearn, there will be a box here on the right side of the screen that says pronounce, and you can actually click start record, and whatever word that you have selected from the radial visualization, you can actually pronounce that word. You can record yourself saying that word. And when you hit submit, you will get a letter by letter, sound by sound set of feedback. It'll tell you exactly what letter you mispronounced or what sound you should have said mispronounced. And I gave an example right here in this screenshot where I said logos instead of logos. And it says, hey, you are a distance of 1 away. So it gives you that positive feedback, but also says, hey, this is the letter here or the sound that you mispronounced, and gives you the correction for that. So it's ultra fine and specific feedback that we're trying to give students here. Also with GlossaLearn, we're not just doing one word at a time, but also giving speech perception training opportunities. So where students are hearing entire lines from the works that GlossaLearn is providing. Upon hearing that entire line, students, especially more advanced students, can write out that word and then be able to get feedback immediately and saying, did I hear that correctly or not, based off of what they wrote right there. And so this really fine specific feedback, both on the production and the perception side, is what GlossaLearn is there to support with. As we had mentioned before, we are really also trying to model for the rest of the language learning and tool development community what's it like to have an integrated tool. And that's where GlossaLearn does an amazing job of ensuring that we are integrated with other tools that exist. Number one, I'm actually going to start with the second part here. We are making our databases available for free. We're not trying to make something proprietary or cost prohibitive. This is a for free tool that we are also trying to make these amazing resources that we've created alongside GlossaLearn available for other researchers and students. Similarly, we've created a widget tool that is a very lightweight extension from our application, where we have built already on existing databases and open source databases that are out there and being used in the pedagogical sphere. Our widget tool actually already integrates into many of those. And here's an example of that. The Scapy viewer is a very common reader for ancient Greek students. And so if they click on this word naos right here, our widget tool is a very lightweight URL-based request going right to GlossaLearn servers, and it will return in an iframe this radial visualization for any word that they would click on in the entire Scapy viewer. So the concept here is to use already applied texts in tools that already exist and integrate GlossaLearn and its functionality into that tool without having to load a completely different website. We have that tool live. It is working, and it's really amazing to see. We're trying to reach out to other users and creators right now, like with Scapy, and say, hey, will you integrate this lightweight add-on into your tool right now? So one of the big points that we're also trying to do in supporting GlossaLearn as an ever expanding tool is to have LMS integration. So we've created plans for this LTI 1.3 integration with being able to make assignments in Canvas. This is a much longer process. What we had promised as part of our project is to create that roadmap, and we do have that roadmap, but it is a much longer part of the project. So while we do have things like the widget tool all ready to go, we are continuing to develop the LMS integration and creating assignments here. So we have the teacher created assignment, and then also a student view for that assignment already mocked up, and much of the back end is already built when it comes to that LMS integration, which is where we promise to be for this project. And so we also have included, as teachers ourselves, a lot of pedagogical steps in ensuring that we have a walkthrough guide on GlossaLearn itself right now, so that it's immediately accessible to anyone. You can go to GlossaLearn.com right now. It is live, and you can get that tutorial of how to use it right now with all of the features that we just named. The website has already had quite a few visitors. We're very excited to have seen that. It's been live for about 30 days, and we've had about 1,000 unique visitors already, those who are testing it out, looking at that. And come fall, hoping to have a lot more students of Greek and teachers of Greek using this. So in terms of the next steps of our works, we're going to continue to share this out. We'll have it fully built. We already have it fully built out in terms of the website, but we're really excited to get the LTI with the Canvas protocol published by the end of the summer and continue to expand and share our databases with the public. And thank you all so much for joining us with this.